Hello! It's me, Sammy, and today I'm going to tell you about what I spent the last 3 weeks doing, working at a summer camp. And you may hear my brother's cats running around in the background because he decided that they needed to live in my room, and they're a bunch of thugs that run around my room tearing stuff up and jumping, and they play with a rock. I had a rock that I got in Italy for my trip, about this big. Could you look? Anyways, about that big, and they were using it like it was a cotton ball, bouncing it up in the air, and it's a rock about this big. So yeah, they're little thugs. Anyways, so the last 3 weeks I was a camp counselor for three different age groups, and it's my 5th year, I think, doing it, and I've really learned a lot. Like, my first year I was the crazy young immature counselor, and now I'm one of like the top senior staff female counselors. So like, I've grown a lot through this camp, and God really has used it in my life. And 3 reasons I like going to camp is, number 1, growth. I feel like it's a great place to grow in my relationship with God, because like, it's a nice place to have a dedicated practical application to follow Jesus. And sorry, my phone that I'm recording this on bounces a lot. Anyways, and just another reason is it's really nice to come back and see how much I've grown. I remember the year that God really worked in my life, and then the next year I came back to camp, and camp speaker was like, "Sammy, you've grown so much in the Lord," and like, that was one of the best things I'd ever heard in my life. And like, each year, like, that camp speaker can't come to camp anymore, but like, I hear what like God's been teaching. I can see, Sammy, you were here, and now you're here, and like, oh my goodness. And it's after the school year, so it's just like really good place to like look back. Whoa, last year I was graduating high school and working at camp. This year I've gone through a year of college and have worked at this camp. And my 3rd reason, it's awesome to have days dedicated to getting to know God closer and to helping other people know God closer. So like, I will lead devotion group, and this year our theme was Noah and the flood, and something that really came out over and over was how faithful God is, and like how we can find promises of God, of how faithful He is, and we can depend on it. It's not a haphazard thing. We can depend on God being faithful. Also, what I do as a camp counselor is I hang out with the kids, lead devotion group. I am in charge of a dorm with a couple other staff, and I help people get closer to God. And some of the cool things this year was, I really enjoy staff meeting, because every morning the staff would get up for staff meeting at 6:30 in the morning. I'd wake up at 6:15. I'd brush my teeth and walk over. But staff meeting, and we'd have a little like devotion group led by the camp director, and then we'd pray for like 15-20 minutes as a group for the day for the campers. They'd get close to the Lord. Also, the 2nd week I played the cello for the worship team, which was a guitar. So okay, it was either 2 guitars or a guitar and a piano and me, and it was kind of crazy to be heard. And it's hard to play cello for worship, I mean, because like, I'm not super like advanced as a cello player, and also like, no one tells you what to do, but like, I basically just played the chord note names and try to make it sound pretty, and I got better this week at doing different rhythms, which was nice. Also, I memorized verses this week, which was great. I'll show you. I wrote down my verses artistically. He that is faithful and that which is faithful also in much. And he that is unfaithful in that which is he that is unjust is unjust also much. Whoopsie daisy. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. With my mouth I will make known thy faithfulness to all generations. No temptation has overtaken you, except that which is common to man. God is faithful, and he will not allow you to be tempted to escape, that you may also be able to bear it. I'm getting so confused reading this. This one I really like from second week. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. The Lord is not slow in keeping his promise, as some count slowness. He is patient with you, not wanting any to perish, but all to come to repentance. And I memorized 26 verses in my 3 weeks of camp. So it was nice to have time dedicated to memorizing verses. Also, I enjoyed belaying, and I liked teasing the kids while I belayed. It was fun. Also, the hike was quite enjoyable, and having conversations with people. Also, something that was really awesome was one week on the hike, I just sang with some other friends of mine. This was teen week, so it was people that were basically my age. I sang with them as badly as we could on purpose, and it was one of my favoriteest memories of camp ever. And I laughed for like 45 minutes straight as we sang as badly as possible. Also, seeing a lot of kids accept the Lord was awesome, and seeing this one girl who's been in my devotion group a few years, and she's always been super shy. She came this year to be staff and be co-led a devotion group, and she stepped out so much in her boldness and her leadership, and she really had a heart for the kids and for the Lord. And it was really awesome to see this young lady who grow, and I guess I'm kind of a part of that. It made me really happy. Also, me and my sister, who's a couple years younger than me, we actually pranked a bunch of the kids into thinking we were twins. And a lot of them fell for it, and it was quite hilarious. And also, I wore a Spider-Man suit. Instantly popular with those young boys at the camp. And also, my younger sister wore my taco suit with a Zorro, and we wore a taco suit and a Spider-Man suit together, and it was pretty awesome. Most people were confused, and the camp director rolled his eyes, thinking we were absurd for doing this. So, all in all, camp was really busy and tiring, but it was really fun, and I learned a whole lot, and I can't wait till next year. But I'm thankful that I got some sleep since camp ended, because I needed that, especially after not getting much sleep for a long period of time. So, I'll see you later on the Sam Burger for Life show. Oh my gosh. I'll get better at these outro things, so see you later.